This is Tom Hunting from Exodus, and you are watching Toasted.
How are you doing?
Good. How about yourself?
Very fine, thank you very much. Forte Rock 2015. Welcome to have you back here in Holland. How long is it ago?
We were in Holland, not too recently, but a couple years ago.
Around 10?
No, Forte Rock?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean in Holland, playing in Holland.
No, we've been in Holland more than 10 years ago. More recent than 10 years ago.
You like the Dutch crowd?
If it ain't Dutch, it ain't much.
Yeah, awesome show. I heard really cool because I was doing stuff over here, but the crowd was really into it.
They were going crazy. I've never seen the Dutch move like that.
Is that the real reason that you're still playing after all these years?
We love what we do. We get to play music for a living, and it's beautiful. So, no complaints.
Exactly. How long are you together now?
I formed this band when I was 15, and I just turned 50, so. It was special. We didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know, we definitely didn't, foresee the thing, snowballing and keep going till 2015 or whatever. But, we're still happy to be a part of it, so,
How do you keep up with new things and together? Because how can you, you're a couple of guys together, you got fights, you're so long together already. How does that work?
Our band's like a brotherhood. We're not like most bands that conduct themselves like a strictly business kind of thing. It's a brotherhood, and we have a built-in love for each other, and we like making music together. So it's pretty easy when you have that combination.
How does a rehearsal day look like? How does it go?
Sometimes totally disjointed and fucked up, but a lot of times, I do a lot of my rehearsal by myself.
At home?
Yeah, I play to the records. I have a very strict regimen when I'm home. I like to practice an hour and 10 minutes a day minimum, and it all depends on what we're preparing for. The album writing process is different than rehearsing for something like this. We don't we don't practice anything from Bonded by Blood or first album shit. If we don't know that by now, we should get new jobs, I think.
Will you get a job?
I've had lots of jobs.
Really?
Oh, hell yeah.
Well, do you still work next to this?
I have little construction projects that I take part in outside of this, but right now, this is the main focus, and keeps me busy,
How do you guys meet up? Do you make you plan to rehearse, or do you still rehearse live together?
Absolutely. Yeah, our band, we're an old school band, and the process is very, very organic. We all live in the same area, so it makes it easy.
It's timeless in a way, isn't it? Because there's so many different sorts of genres these days. People still like, that kind of style from back in the day, which is great, isn't it?
Yes, it's awesome.
Sorry, that was a close question. I know. Yes. Yeah, of course. But what do you think about that? It's good, but what do you think about the music industry these days?
It's definitely a different beast these days, but right nowadays it's all about live shows. That's why bands are touring now more than ever. And we're happy to be a part of that. It's the music takes us to so many places. I've been to Macedonia and Romania and fucking...
Hey, Russia's coming up.
Everything with the Ia on the end of it. The music takes me there,
Tomorrow you're flying to Russia. Looking forward to that?
Yes, it'll be killer. I played there one show, and we have two there this time. One in Moscow, one in St. Petersburg. And
what kind of venues do you play there?
Medium size, 1,000 seat, something like that.
So do you still keep up with fans? Keep in touch with fans? How do you do that as a band?
I don't really do too much social media myself, and it's not that I'm hiding from anybody, but when I'm not doing this, I like to have a normal life and do normal things.
Yeah. You let that other people do, basically.
No, not really. I'm not opposed to talking to people and doing whatever, but we do meet and greets at the live shows and things like that. But as far as being on Facebook fucking 24 hours a day, that's not my thing. No.
If you could, let's say, name a couple of highlights throughout your career, which spans over more than 30 years. So, pick out a couple of things that comes in your mind right now.
Florida Rock is fucking killer festival. You guys do it right. I think the Dynamo Festival in Holland is etched in my mind. The one we played in '89 and then coming back in '97 and playing it again. A lot of those early shows, like on the first European tour ever, because like I was 19 years old and Venom brought Exodus to Europe for the first time, and we're like, holy shit, we're like kids on a double-decker bus, and we're like.
Have you met up with him today?
I haven't seen Cronus yet. He's coming at 7, and I hope to say hello to him.
Okay.
But playing with Judas Priest in Poland years ago, and then again in Australia this year. It's like those are our forefathers, and playing with Iron Maiden in Chile on my birthday, at a fucking giant soccer stadium. It's like those special times, special moments, locked in.
You're very influential throughout the years for a lot of bands. So how do you look back on that? Do you see change in that kind of style, or do you see anything coming up like that, or do you really nurture and like that time?
Our style is just like balls out, Exodus music, I mean, our sound may have changed, and I think we're all better players now, and we don't do drugs anymore, so like our shows sound better as a result of that. But it's just been a journey, dude. It's had it all. We've had death and drug addiction and fucking roller coasters of shit, and at the end of the day, we're still here doing what we love.
You're doing it for the crowd, isn't it?
We're doing it for the crowd and for ourselves. I mean,
Of course, yeah.
I love what I do.
So what can we expect from the coming time from you guys? Are you doing stuff?
We're in the middle of a tour cycle for this record that's probably going to go on for probably 2 years, and it just came out last October, so we've been super busy.
Good reviews on that, overall in the world.
Killer, yeah, it charted.
Is it always?
Highest charting Exodus album ever, and people aren't even buying albums anymore, so.
Right.
So we're super happy about that, and album number 11, we'll work on that when the time comes and keep it rolling.
You're not working on songs yet?
No, man, we got to play this one live for a while first. That process comes pretty easy. I mean, we're a tight group. We've been together for so long. It's like the writing process kind of like takes care of itself, and I love that part of the process. I hate to keep using the word, but like it's very organic,
No, it's a great word.
Total hippie word, but.
To wrap up this interview, it's cool to have you here. So the next plans for the coming month, touring.
Touring.
What countries are you going to do?
We're going to Russia tomorrow. Nostrovia. And then we come back to Europe proper and play Europe for a while. Have a little time off. We're working on some shit in the States. South America is always out there. We always play down there. And probably go back to Japan next March or whatever. A lot of stuff brewing.
Cool. Keep it up.
As long as we can, brother.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.